What's going on, guys? It's Clutch Plays here, and today we're going to be going over 5 hot takes on the New York Knicks upcoming 2019-2020 season. In this video, I came up with a ton of hot takes or bold predictions, whatever you want to call them, and I picked out the 5 best ones that are so crazy that they just might be true. A few days ago, the Knicks had their media day, which has helped me come up with this idea because we learned so much about almost every player's personality, goals, and off-season training. For example, Kevin Knox came in looking like the Hulk. Okay, maybe not, but he did gain at least 10 pounds or so of straight muscle. Also, not at the media day, but the night before, Mitch was putting up 3-point shots. If his shot, which looked incredibly smooth, translates to the NBA, he creates a completely new dimension to his limited offensive game, and the pick and pop game with DSJ is about to be insane. These are just a few of the things that we learned yesterday, but a lot more will be uncovered as the video goes on. Finally, before some of you guys hate or disagree with these takes, let me just say that these are hot takes or bold predictions. So you aren't supposed to agree with all of them. I don't even agree with some of these. However, just try to understand that these situations could happen and are much more likely to occur than you may have thought before you clicked on this video. Number 1. Julius Randle will be an all-star this season. This prediction varies among many people because a good amount of people think that Julius Randle is worse than Joe Harris and significantly worse than Jaylen Brown, but this is just not true. Julius Randle averaged 21.4 points and 9 rebounds in 30 minutes per game last year on a Pelicans team where he was the third option for the majority of the season. This year, Julius will be starting in the number 1 option for once, where he will have every opportunity to succeed. Last year in the games Julius Randle actually started, he averaged 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists in 33 minutes. And after the AllStar break, when Anthony Davis was given a minutes restriction, Julius Randle averaged 24.6 points, 7.6 rebounds, and 3.5 assists, all in 33 minutes per game. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that Julius Randle scores 23 points per game or more on the Knicks while keeping similar assists and rebounding numbers. Being in New York now, he should get the recognition that he deserves, and fans everywhere are going to be aware that Julius Randle deserves to be an all-star. The other forwards in the East who will be ahead of Julius Randle are probably going to be Blake Griffin and Giannis, but other than these two, the only other competition to get into the all-star game is Pascal Siakam, Aaron Gordon, John Collins, Lauri Markkanen, and Kevin Love. With the Knicks fan base and support, he will 100% finish in the top 4 in the fan vote, and he should be better than all the players that were listed above earlier that he will be competing with. In a weak Eastern Conference, it is hard to come up with a scenario where Julius Randle does not become an all-star next season. Number 2, Mitchell Robinson will average 4 blocks per game. Mitchell Robinson is an absolute monster on the defensive side of the ball, and with an increased role, he will dominate. The difference between Mitch and the rest of the NBA's best rim protectors is that Mitch is athletic enough to guard the best point guards and shooting guards in the NBA. He had the most 3-point shots blocked in the NBA, yet only played 20 minutes per game in 66 games. Post All-Star break, when Mitch was given an increased opportunity, he averaged 3 blocks per game, yet still only played 25 minutes per game. This season, he should be given a larger opportunity with no true competition at the center position, and the only players who will take minutes away from him are Julius Randle, Bobby Portis, and Taj Gibson. And center is the second position for all of these players. On top of this, Mitch has worked extremely hard on his jump shot this offseason, but especially his 3-point shot, which will better his offensive game, leading to him getting more playing time. Since Mitch will have the chance to play 30 to 35 minutes per game, depending on if he can keep his fouls under control, it's not a reach by any means to say that he will average around 3.5 to 4 blocks per game. If Mitch can average 3.5 to 4 blocks per game, the Defensive Player of the Year award is his. There's no debate about it. Number 3, DSJ will have the best 3-point percentage on the Knicks. Last season with the Knicks, DSJ shot very bad from 3 at 29%, and in his career has shot the 3 at 31.6%. However, in the beginning of this last season with the Mavs, he shot the 3 at 34.4%, which shows that when he is playing around more talented players where he is not the sole playmaker, he shoots better. Next, I probably have said this a million times by now, but DSJ has been grinding so hard on his shot this offseason. DSJ worked the entire offseason with the Knicks shooting coach Keith Smart, where he has tweaked his shooting form, improved his balance and footwork when shooting, and worked on his stamina. He also lost 15 pounds. The best 3-point shooters on the Knicks right now are Alonzo Trier, who shot 39% from 3, and Reggie Bullock, who has shot the 3 ball at 39% in his career. Coming into the season, expect DSJ to increase his 3-point percentage a lot, and with a much better supporting cast, he could have the best percentage on the Knicks to end the year. On top of this, don't be surprised if some of the veteran 3-point shooters, such as Wayne Ellington, Reggie Bullock, and Marcus Morris, are moved at some point during the season to help DSJ achieve this feat. Number 4, Reggie Bullock will not play a single game as a New York Knick. Last season, Reggie Bullock was on a 1-year, $1.5 million deal and had significant value on the trade market. This year, Reggie's contract is over the course of 2 years worth $4.1 million per year, which is only $2.6 million more per year, and it has an extra year. The good thing about this contract is there is only $1 million guaranteed after the first year, so the contract is basically like a team option. Right now, Reggie Bullock is out with a foot injury and will not be re-evaluated until November, so it's very likely he won't even be playing until December. Once the Knicks finally figure out the rotation with all the depth they have, adding another average veteran to the mix who will be taking minutes away from Kevin Knox and Frank Ntilikina does not seem very smart. On top of this, Reggie will be playing small forward, and once December comes around, Ignas Brazdeikis will probably get some minutes, and depending on his play, the Knicks probably will want to give Ignas the minutes that would have gone to Reggie Bullock. The Knicks front office are smart and understand the importance of developing their core before the 2021 offseason, so it's not all that crazy to think that Reggie Bullock will be traded. Finally, the Western Conference is going to be an absolute brawl in order to get into the playoffs, so teams like the Spurs, Kings, and Jazz could trade a few second-round picks to acquire Bullock to add depth to their near playoff squads. And we know the Knicks love their second-round picks. Number 5, the Knicks will make the playoffs. We're ending it with a bang here, and the final take is that the New York Knicks will make the playoffs. I don't know if this will happen, but these so-called pros making over-under win projections are saying that the Knicks are going to win about 27 games this year. This means that we are going to be over 5 games worse than the Mavs, Grizzlies, Hawks, and Wizards were last year. As of right now, on most mock draft websites, we are slotted in to be the 5th worst team in the NBA, and this is weird, especially seeing that we have a top 3 bench in the NBA and a plethora of players who are going to improve significantly next season. The standings of the 2018-2019 season are on the screen right now, and some of the teams that could not make the playoffs are the Kyrie Irving-led Nets, who have an aging DeAndre Jordan and 2 extremely injury-prone players in Kyrie and Karis LeVert. If they all stay healthy, they will sneak into the playoffs, but injuries could significantly affect them. Also, don't be surprised if the Pistons blow everything up this season after seeing that they have no direction and knowing that Drummond will be a free agent this offseason. Finally, I don't know how much better the Magic can get, and are the Raptors bound to fall apart without Kawhi Leonard? There are so many red flags in the East right now, and the teams looking from the outside in are the Knicks, Hawks, Bulls, and Heat, so don't be surprised if Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, Dennis Smith Jr., Kevin Knox, and RJ Barrett make significant strides this season and lead the Knicks to an 8 or 7 seed. It's way more likely of a scenario than many people currently think. Now that the 5 main hot takes are complete, here are a few that I came up with that didn't make the cut. I didn't choose these takes because 1, I thought they were either too boring, or 2, the scenario had too little of a chance to occur. Tell me if you guys agree with any of these extra takes, and if so, which ones. With that said, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. So now I'm out, and peace!